Hi, Jasmine. I have a question.
Yes.
I had a realtor reach out to me today inquiring about us having a conversation about rates for her service, the services that I provide that she could possibly use. And
Uh-huh.
though I have move out or deep cleaning and standard things of that nature, one thing she mentioned was touch ups. How do you charge for that? Because that's like it's already clean, but just kind of like dusting, rearranging. Like, what
Yeah.
does the pricing look like?
That's that one that I was saying to where like, when they're trying to like get the house clean for a showing, I
Mhm.
would probably do an hourly service.
Okay.
It would be like an hourly service. I do $60 an hour with a minimum of 2 hours. Like that's the minimum. So like even if you spend an hour, they're still having to pay for 2 hours.
Right.
Now if they need 2.5 hours, then you would prorate it. And then if they need 3 hours, you would prorate it. But yeah, I would probably just do an hourly option for that.
And touch up is just kind of like dusting,
Yeah. But
rearranging.
I mean, I definitely want to rearrange furniture. I try to stay away from touching anything with value that can possibly break.
Okay.
So it would just be like, now of course, like you're lifting up stuff and wiping underneath it. Sometimes that's probably like one of the biggest things I used to get on my cleaners, because like they wouldn't lift the stuff up and
Mhm.
dust underneath it. Um, but but yeah, so because even with an hourly, it could be like whatever they want clean, not anything that would be included in a deep clean or like an add-on, but it could just be like a very light standard cleaning, but they just get 2 hours. And I always let them know, like, hey, at that 2 hour mark, we'll let you know where we're at, if you want us to continue or not. And if we continue, we'll let you know at the exact time that we stopped.
Gotcha. Okay, and my second question. Next Wednesday, I have a walkthrough for an apartment complex, and I've
Not
never done that before. So do you know what that will entail? I'm assuming it's like a clubhouse kind of thing, not actually the apartments itself.
okay. So no, I don't, because because that sounds like it could almost fits in commercial in a sense,
Mhm.
versus like a residential.
Yeah.
Maybe reach out to Kendall. And he gave me some more stuff to add inside of the commercial part on our partners page. He gave me some more stuff to add in there. So maybe look at that to see if any of that can help you.
Was he the gentleman that did the presentation a couple of weeks ago?
No, that was Clive. Clive is the guy's automation, and he finally gave me the link information too. So I'm going to put that in his segment. Kendall is the cleaning commercial guy.
Okay.
Kendall Wise. I think he normally wears a hat.
And he's within the group?
He's inside of the Facebook group. I'm still trying to get him into Circle. But if you look on our partner, like on the commercial where all the partners are at, he
Mhm.
gave me like some information to put on there, like when you need help, like for trying to figure out pricing and quotes and things like that.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And then like those that may be interested in like trying to partner with the real estate agents and brokers and property management companies, LinkedIn is going to be a great space to, that's it, LinkedIn, yeah, not Indeed, yeah. LinkedIn is going to be a great space to partner with those individuals. Like you would basically just search up, property management companies, or like you would put that in the search, real estate agents, real estate brokers, and you'll get a list of people, and you just want to just send them all out messages, because like that's where they go to network and find new clients and find new partnerships. And the thing about it is like ours, like it's not like it's a maybe like in a, oh, it's a luxury type of service that they need. Like they need this service. They are always looking for a good cleaning team to be able to provide that service for their clients. So that's a really, really good place to try to partner with people and find different opportunities. Okay, any other questions? Let me go.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Is it possible that you can go over like a time frame for cleanings? Like I don't know anything about cleaning anything. But like an average clean maybe or standard clean, deep clean.
Let me find because I don't really know off the top of my head either. But I will find something for you and I'll post it in Circle.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Cleaning time frames. Okay. Let's see, I think I see a question. Oh, that's not a question in the chat. Okay. Any other questions? And if you guys don't want to go live, if you don't want to talk verbally, you can also drop it in the chat. But any other questions?
Okay, I have another question.
Yes.
Do you require for your cleaners in particular, do you require any brand of cleaning supplies? Do you have like a list that they need to supply themselves, or do you kind of just let them handle that solely on their own?
Well, since I work with 1099 contractors, I technically can't force them to have a specific like product name. So I don't really do that. Only thing I do is like if we have somebody that books as a green cleaning. I'm sorry, if I have anybody that books as a green cleaning, then we let them know like, hey, if you provide this service, then you have to have eco-friendly products. But I can't really make them have like a specific line of products unless
Okay.
I'm providing it to them.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
Now, like you can let them know what type of cleaning products you need them to have. Like, hey, you need to make sure you have a bathroom, a glass cleaner, a floor cleaner, like you can let them know like, hey, you need to make sure you have a toilet bowl cleaner, you know what I mean? Like you can let them know a list of products that you need to make sure that they have to make sure they can provide a good, valuable cleaning. But like product types, like product names, no.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? April, you had a question, love? Okay.
Yes, I do, but let me grab that question, those questions. I was away from my phone. So do you just have questions regarding residential only and not commercial?
I'm so sorry. It sounds kind of echoey, like far in distance. I couldn't clearly hear you. Say that one more time.
Do you just have more information just on residential and not commercial?
Correct. So I don't, my field of expertise is not in commercial, it's in residential. We have like our commercial partner, Kendall, and he's the one that comes and teach on commercial, and he'll be here. I think we're talking in January to get him back to come do a follow-up Q&A with us all, but he is the one that teaches on commercial. Have you been able to watch the commercial one yet?
No, I have not.
Okay. It's in the partners side. So if you go down to partners and scroll down to commercial cleaning contract, I think it says, it's his talk in there. And then like he dropped some, like some more information in there as well.
Okay, I'll do that.
And like, you guys remember, like, commercial, I was talking to somebody else the other day, commercial, student turnover, government contract, all these other fields are amazing. And of course, they're really profitable, right? The person I was talking to, they were trying to like, they started off wanting to get in residential, and then they saw the classes and they heard the incomes, right? And they're like, oh, snap, I'm going to do this one instead, right? But they're having a little harder time trying to get their first contract. And I'm not saying this is going to be the case for everybody. It's just with my experience that you're able to make a faster cash flow with residential than the other ones, because they take some time with finding clients, reaching out, selling, closing that deal, right? Getting that contract. And you guys know that residential is extremely like profitable too. Like you can build multiple 7-figure companies just with the residential side alone. So I always say, like, if you're planning to do both, start with the residential as you're building up and getting ready for commercial. Because I mean, like, depending on the area that you're in, you can go live on Google or Thumbtack and get leads like that same day. And then you'd be making a profit that same day.
Okay. That's good.
Nisha, you had a question?
Yes, I did. So I know that you work with your VA, and I know that you have your VA program as well. This is more so on the Facebook. I know when they're kind of helping and doing your back office stuff, how do you give them access to your Facebook page, or can you give them access to the Facebook page when you have like the business pages? Is there a way to do that, or I'm going to have to probably give access to my primary Facebook page for those groups? I hope that makes sense. I'm sorry.
So I know for the group it's easy because I just invite them in on the group and I just make them admin. On the Facebook page for posting, that part, I don't know. And like for Facebook ads, you just make them a manager. So like, I don't know if that same manager access gives them manager access to the Facebook page. Cause I know like on Instagram, I just have to give them my login.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't give them as the manager. That's what I'm having. I think I'm just gonna have to give access to my Facebook page per se, but I was trying to find a way around it. Okay, thank you.
No, you're welcome. Any other questions? Let's see, I want to get Booking Koala, but I want to know what is the benefit since it's just me, and is there any help from the company? If I need help because I see people asking questions on Facebook for help, do a company don't give support? So they don't have like a chat or a phone support. They only have, they do have email support, and they do respond pretty fast. And normally like when I normally send like an email support question for them, I'll send a screenshot, and sometimes I'll even do a Zoom share screen and like verbally explain to them what all I'm needing or having problems with. And then they'll respond back in the same manner. They do have like a pretty good like FAQ setup with like descriptive images of like, go here to this, go here to that, to describe some things that you may not be able to, that you're having problems with. So if you're like, hey, I'm trying to figure out how to color code my providers, right? You'll type, color code providers, and like you'll get the option, and then you find it, and they'll show you like a breakdown of how to fix fix A, B, and Z, whatever. But as far as the benefits, they have a lot of great features for their price points. Like they have a $27 option and they have a $57 option and a $197 option. The $197 option, I never even signed up for it. I'm sorry, y'all. I never even signed up for it, but they offer like a really good hiring funnel with their 197. I never even knew that. But to me, I feel like they have a lot of good features for their price points. You'll see other companies will have similar features, but the price points are way more. Like Launch 27 with the features that you would get on the $57 plan, it would be on their $197 plan. You know what I mean? Or if you went to like a ZenMade, yes, ZenMade is cheaper, but you're also not getting a lot either. So, but there are a lot. You can definitely take a look at some other ones. There's Maidly, there's ZenMade, there's Jobber, and yeah, but like I said, I really love booking Koala. Any other questions? You're welcome. Is there anybody on here tonight that is like has already launched their business and currently in business and have cleaning appointments? If so,
Yeah.
how? Who mentioned that? Nisha, you mentioned that?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
How is things going for you right now?
Things are a little bit slow. I'm in San Diego, California.
Okay.
I've actually started off as a cleaner and found your program and kind of revented and decided to try to come from behind cleaning. It's kind of hard because trying to find reliable people. Like you said, I'm always hiring. I actually have it where my VA, we actually have orientation every other week because
Okay.
we're always hiring. But right now it's just a little bit slow. I'm definitely doing the property management suggestions, as you mentioned. I've been using Indeed. I also go on Airbnb and VRBO, and I have my VA contacting them to see if they need backup cleaners. So most of them, they do have primary cleaners, but sometimes things happen. I'm just trying to scout different ways, free ways, because Thumbtack was not great for me as well. If I have my experiences, Google has been great for me, even though I don't have a ton of reviews as of yet. But it's just being slow, really, honestly, right now for me in San Diego.
Okay. Have you looked in, you mentioned Airbnbs, and that's a big tourist destination. Have you looked in like Airbnb cleaning groups on Facebook?
Yes, that's why I have it on my personal. Well, I use my Facebook for business, my personal page, and that's what I've been doing. And I want to give my VA. I want him to do it because it's kind of like overwhelming. But like I said, I'm gonna have to give him access to my page so that he can do it. But yeah, that's normally how I actually get most of my Airbnb contracts are through those small groups like you were mentioning to the young lady before. Just finding those different people when they have cleaning. I'm actually got a cleaning job on Christmas. I quoted one price, an extra fee, and he took it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna definitely do it.
Nice. And yeah, like you said, you definitely want to get out of the position to where you're cleaning. I just did a video on this too, because I know that it's hard for when solo cleaners transition to the owner side, because you have such a particular way of doing things and you created your own systems and you know the standard that you want to maintain, and having to trust somebody to provide equal or greater service can sometimes be hard, because
Absolutely.
I was in that same boat. Or I was always also so quick to, like, if somebody messed up or a client wasn't happy, I would grab my kit so fast and like jump over them. My husband was like, can't you like reschedule? Like, why is your first initiative to go do the service? So, but yeah, no, that's really awesome. I think the reaching out to real estate would be a really, really good fit. If you can develop a really good team, you can do some really nice homes out there. I'm familiar with San Diego, and that's a really good market. Let's see. How much will you be spending on marketing each week or month? Is there a sheet that we can work off of? For marketing, There's really not, right? Like I never, and I know that people are always asking like, how much should we do? How much should we do? And that's so hard to say. One, because of your area, right? Of the area that you might be in. And then also it just goes off of your budget. I mean, when I first started, my budget was like zilch. Like I had $25 and I got one lead, I would take that money back and I'll put it in and I'll get some more leads and I put that money back in, right? But the cool thing, like if you're look on Thumbtack, they will let you know like what's a good competitive budget to have. So like, for example, I saw one, I said like a good competitive budget was like 130, 145 a week. So like they were saying that, you know, that's a good, healthy, like competitive budget to have, right? But that was in one area. And then so in another area, it can list another budget. I always say like, whatever you're most max comfortable with, like test that out for a week, see how many leads you get. If you like that amount of leads per that budget and you have the manpower to be able to provide the cleaning services that can produce, you know, based upon the leads that can get produced from that budget amount, then awesome. And then if you find like you're not getting enough, then you can, you know, bump it up some more, or if you're getting too many, then you can lower it. But you really just have to just find like that good sweet spot. I think in the beginning, like early good beginning, I remember like getting to a budget to where we were doing like $1,000 a month. And that was, you know, roughly around $200, you know, $225 a week. And then Google got good. So then that was that same budget per platform. And then it went unlimited to where like they would just bring in as many leads as, you know, as will come in per that meets my match criteria. But I would just try to test out what you're most maximally comfortable with. And if you have the manpower, and see what it can produce for you. Let's see, I have an appointment, but doesn't know how to pricing. How would I rate the client, deep cleaning, or just a regular cleaning? I'm in New York City. So with the pricing, I think pricing kind of flows in the same thing, right? Because it really just depends on the area that you're in. This is why I always recommend like looking at, you know, 15 to 25 companies in your area and seeing like what their price points are. What are they charging? Are they charging flat rate? Are they charging by hourly? If you find, you know, how many companies, like what's the most like, are more companies charging by flat rate? Are more companies charging by hourly? And then you can kind of like, if you want a base price, then like, you know, do the old school, like get your average, you know, calculate them all up, divide them by how many number, then you can kind of gain an average. Or if you see a company that it looks like they're getting a lot of good movement in their business, because like when I look at companies online, I also look at their businesses on Google, Yelp, and Thumbtack. I want to look at their reviews. You can kind of see like how many reviews they're getting within a time span. Like, oh my goodness, like they're getting reviews every single day or every other day. That kind of lets you know that they're getting a lot of business. What are their price points? You know, like what are their customers saying? Are their customers saying that, man, their prices were really high, but I just love them so much? Or like, oh, this is such great value, you know? And I know like, I get this question all the time and people be like, this is not what I'm looking for. I really just want you to be like, yo, 1 bedroom, 150, you know, 2 bedroom, 250. But it just really just depends on the area that you service. Because like I'm here in Dallas, the prices that I have in North Dallas and Frisco is not the same prices that I can charge in the city or in Richardson or in Fort Worth or in South Dallas, you know, further north. So you have to set your price points per the area that you're in. And that's when I was speaking with the other person about like, you know, your market. That's why I look at household income and I look at house prices, because if I find a neighborhood that I want to service and the average house prices is between 500K to 900K or 400K to 900K, and the average household income is, 100K to 125K, I kind of now know how I can set my price points, right? I'm not going to come in there at, 125 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath deep clean. It's going to start at 300. So you really want to just gauge that out. Let's say if you really want a base price, maybe find a company that you see that you like their base price, or you can just calculate and get your average base price. Maybe let me know if that helps or not. If not, like, put a follow-up comment in the chat. And yeah, same. I'm sorry, Karina. It was like I was trying to answer your question, but then I saw the follow-up question from the iPhone. But it does kind of go the same thing as well. With that, with like your deep clean, like normally for a deep clean. So normally from a deep clean, my add-on cost is like 100. A heavy duty clean and a move out clean is 150. So like whatever my base price. So let's say my base price for is like 200, but they want a deep clean, now it's 300, right? Or if they want to move in and move out clean, now it's 350. So that's normally how like I do like the add-on charge per the service. But like I say, it will really depend on your market. Is there a base pricing sheet that we can set up our pricing at in different types of cleaning? No, but let me see if I can. I'm gonna get one made for you guys. Let's see, a pricing sheet. Now, if I make it, it's gonna be on a PDF though, because I'm not really familiar with like Google Sheets, not Google Sheets, like that Excel situation. So it'll just be a really nice, cute PDF, but I will definitely make one and I'll drop it in the group. I'll put it in resources. Let's see. Do I use my personal Facebook to create a business Facebook? Yes. Or should I get a new one to create my business Facebook? Reasoning why I'm asking is because if I need to let someone manage my business Facebook, I mean, yes, you can totally, I mean, if you want to keep things more private, because I can understand that, because then they'll have access to like your messenger. Like my mom is a community advisor and she always makes people set up a separate personal page for their business for that specific reason. So you can totally do that. That's what she does. That's what she does too. I created a separate Facebook page for my business and my personal when it has access. Yeah. Once I have finished setting up my services on the following below, Gusto 34/6, Booking Koala, Yelp, Thumbtack, Google, Open Phone. Nice. What do I do? So are you saying, what do I do as in like, what is next, or what to do with the systems? Which, oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, so you're saying after, so basically after you've done like that initial fundamentals part, right? So you have your EIN number, your LLC and or DBA/business license, bank account, your Stripe setup, right? Don't forget your Stripe. Then you'll start hiring. Then it's going to be start hiring and looking for your cleaners. And you want to look for your cleaners before you start, making your lead generation sites live. Okay. If you've already set up your Thumbtack, then I don't see a check on it, so I don't think I have it set up. So make sure like it's not live, like put it on hide business, because you don't want leads coming through and paying for leads that you don't have any cleaners available. So the next thing after you do that part is start looking for your cleaners. And even while like you're waiting to get those other things set up, you can start looking for your cleaners ASAP, because that, depending on where you're at, that process can be really fast, or it can be kind of slow. Any other questions? These are some good questions. And then also, you guys, let me know too, and you can put in the comments or you can speak and say it, like any other kind of resources or information that you want me to add to the circle, like add to the FAQ that I'm currently working on, or any other resources that you guys think would be useful. Like, let me know. That feedback really helps me to make sure that I can continue to make sure to add that value in there. Or like any new videos that you guys want that needs to be, you know, questions answered. That's what I'm working on. Yesterday, I shot and made 10 videos. It took me all day. But I'm going back over you guys' questions and trying to video record answers to those. Any other questions? If you guys don't have any questions, we can definitely go ahead and wrap this up. But before I do so, I don't know if you guys saw, when will there be a price list in Circle? A price list? Oh, like the sheet? Let's see. Maybe by the end of tomorrow, maybe Saturday, the latest. And it won't necessarily be a price list, but it'll be basically like a PDF sheet for you to do research, market research with, and like fill out the information on it. I don't know if you guys saw on there, I got some feedback that I really wanted to start a book club. Because I feel like even though like this is specifically on you know, on a cleaning business, like we are still all entrepreneurs, we're still all business owners, we're still all striving to become founders in our business. And I feel like the best thing that we can do for our business is self-development and work on building up our mindsets, work on building up our mental stamina, work on building up our emotional intelligence. And I'm just like, I'm a forever student. I love learning and growing and reading. Sometimes I reread the same books or listen to the same books over and over again so I can get that in there. So I put that in the Circle chat on book club tab. We have a couple of suggestions that has started. So I'm trying to see like, what's the feedback? The goal is if I get enough feedback, right, I would love to be able to have the book club meeting discussion like right before our Q&A, and then we go into our Q&A. So it just depends on how many is interested. And then if not, then I'll like have a separate day and time that we would meet for like the book club alone. But yeah, so are you guys interested in, like, let me know, you guys, please let me know in the chat, like, would you guys be interested in a book club reading, like, you know, those type of entrepreneurial mindset, self-evolving books? I see a heart. Thank you. Interested. Awesome. Okay, cool. Cause I was like, am I the only one? Okay, so I have like, I think there's like 4 suggestions of books in there. So if you guys have any suggestion of books, like please go to that space and drop the titles. And or if you don't have any, if you're okay with like the ones that's already provided, then we'll go off of that list and I'll pick one from that list. I feel like I already like one from that list already, but I want to see what other people are going to say. Oh, no, you're totally fine. I understand. I'm like a part of 2 of the book clubs as well. Okay, any last questions before we wrap this up, you guys? Any last questions at all? Tax-Free Wealth is a great read. Oh, I never heard of that one. Ooh, my son just came in. He smell like outside and sweat. Gosh. Okay, and then you guys remember tomorrow, I know we're meeting on Thursday, so it sounds kind of weird to say tomorrow, but tomorrow we do have the Finance Friday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I think the link is already on the pre-meeting thing, but we will have that. I'll be on late because my son has like a 6 p.m. game tomorrow night. So I'll be on like from the sidelines, but Ricky will be starting it at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you guys have any, oh, somebody says second that. Okay, awesome.
Hey, Jasmine, when will the class be rescheduled? Do we have a date yet?
For tonight?
Yeah.
No, I have no idea, because I think it just depends on how she's doing, because I really don't know. Because she thought she was going to be able to do it, but like I said, so she's in the hospital. So as soon as I hear back from her and everything as well, it'll definitely get rescheduled. So I'll definitely let you guys know. Will we have the student turnover contract soon? Yes. So yes, I know you said never mind. For those that did come in late, I know tonight was supposed to be the student contract. And it's crazy because she was supposed to be our original student turnover contract partner teacher, right? But when I had the business, the government contract class, when we were meeting, like we started also talking about the student turnover, and like I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. I didn't want her to stop. So I was like, okay, let's just go. We'll just have two, right? And then I was talking with the other one, and so she watched the class too, and she was like, she gave a lot of great value and a lot of good information, and like pretty much what she does is what I do. She was like, now I do have a really good, unique sales strategy that I do to close more leads from student contracts, for student turnover, like student turnover contracts. So she was like, so I'll come in and teach on my unique sales strategies, right? So as soon as I find out that she's well, she was supposed to teach, but she called me earlier saying that she was in the ER and they found a blood clot and they released her. And then I got another call from, I think it was her husband or something, that said that they had to rush her to the hospital because her blood clot moved. It was like traveling, I think, to her lungs, and she was having problems breathing. So as soon as I find out, hear back from her, pray everything is well, then we'll definitely get it rescheduled. Okay, anything else? I hope this has been good. I did remember to record it, so I will have the recording up by tomorrow morning. We have, what do we have? We have the Finance Fridays on tomorrow, and then we'll meet back here on Tuesday. Okay, I changed all the things, because I don't know how we got it mixed up on Mondays, but all of our things are going to be on Tuesdays. Okay, you guys. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Until then, y'all have a good one. Good night. Good night, everybody. Good night.